Well, Brett thought it would be a good idea for me to show you how I cut up venison. So he brought me a freezer full. This will be in our freezer. We prefer just to do it ourselves rather than to take it to the meat processor, although they do a fabulous job, but I don't know, we just don't take the time or energy to drive it all the way where we normally would take it. So I am by no means an expert, but I'm going to just show you how I do it. So this is a hind quarter. I'm going to start by trying to get the bone out. And this may take me a minute. I'm kind of slow, but I can get it done. And I know that anyone that knew me growing up is probably shocked by this. But you know, things change. I just got to try not to cut my fingers off. That's mostly why I go slow. My dog Katie is going to be in here with me this whole time to make sure I don't drop anything on the floor for her. Okay, there's the leg bone. So now I've got this big hunk of meat that has no bone in it, and I'm going to bring the camera in a little closer. Okay. I can almost just pull these muscles apart right here. Okay, now I have all of these cut apart, and I will cut them however I want them cut up and put them in freezer bags. I mostly cut all of this into steak type meat because we found that it's also tender, that it works really well. I can chicken fry it or grill it. We're not big on roast or stew. So I'm just going to clean all of these up, and then really I think just going to cut them into steaks. So here is 1/4. Can you see that silvery tissue? I try to cut all that off now rather than later, and just go ahead and get rid of it so that when I'm ready to cook, I don't have to go through and trim all this meat up. It's already just ready to cook. So even if these pieces of meat are just kind of look like scrap, I'll still hammer that out and make a chicken fry out of that. That's perfect for that kind of thing. So that's why I don't want to grind it. It's going to be so good just chicken fried. Obviously, it's going to be chicken fried nuggets. They're not going to be huge chicken fried steaks, but we don't care. This is how we do it. Some of you may be cringing at what I'm doing. I don't know what anyone else thinks, and I guess it doesn't really matter because this is the way that we like it, and I'm making it for my family. So however you like it, you can have it done for your family. I wouldn't take any tips from me on cutting up. Not really. The only tip I would take is this cutting board. This cutting board is amazing. We went to a place in Fort Worth and had it cut to fit this countertop. Best purchase I ever made. Oh, something else you can do is pound these out with a meat mallet, I guess is what they're called, and then roll it up with cream cheese and jalapeno, and then wrap it up with bacon and grill it. It's perfect for that. Looks like I'm just going to do this whole quarter like this. Actually, most people use this like a roast, this cut, but I mean, it's just a good hunk of meat. It makes a good steak, just a grilled steak. It was really surprising to us how tender even this part of the deer was. You know, the back straps are stereotypically the steak cut, and those are awesome, but these are also really good. So I'm going to cut these a little thicker and make steaks out of them to throw on the grill. The thing is, I can always change my mind too. I can always cut these up smaller and do something else with them. It's not set in stone. All right, so that'll be my scrap pile. I'll cut that up and give it to the dogs. You know, most people would grind it or maybe cut some stew meat out of it, but we'll feed our dogs with it. They'll love it. I've got my work cut out for me. 3 doughs in the cooler, so I better get busy. All right, this is a back strap, and I just want to show you this silver membrane, I guess I'll call it. I'm going to just show you how I cut it off. Reminding you, I am not a butcher. I've been cutting up deer for years, so it's just been trial and error. I figured out what we like, and the way that I cook is kind of what I lean toward whenever I'm cutting up the venison. So this is just the way I do it. No, really, if there's a better way to do this, I probably should know, but this is how I've always done it. I just slice my knife under it and just skim the surface, hoping that I don't take a whole lot of meat with it whenever I'm peeling it up. Slime, I'm just going to try to get rid of that. I don't want slime on my, yuck, on my steak. Okay, so then, you know, however thick you cut this, I'm going to cut it about that deep, and then you turn it over like this, and that's your fillet steak. So all of this over here is backstrap fillet. And you can either wrap it in bacon or just grill it, whatever your favorite recipes are. Okay, that's a backstrap. You know, you don't always have to spend the money going to the processor with your deer. You can do it yourselves. I watched a YouTube video probably, I don't know, 20 times to kind of get the idea. You know, I can do it. I can do a good enough job for our freezer. I'm not trying to impress the Queen of England, you know, so there's no need to always take it to a processor and spend the time and driving and the money, you know, when I can do it right here. We really enjoy knowing that the deer came off of our property, that we harvested them, we butchered them, they're in our freezer, you know, at our own hands. So we know everything from start to finish what happened to the deer. Brett processed as far as he cut the deer up and brought them to me. And so now it's my turn to take over, and I'll get them in our freezer. So Brett cut this deer up, quartered it up, put it in the cooler, and we let it age for 2 or 3 or 4 days. I'm not even sure how long, but then he brought it home. I cut it into these steaks, and now I'm fixing to put them in the freezer bags and get it into the freezer. And you know, we just really like knowing where our food comes from. We like to eat clean. That includes clean meat, clean vegetables, everything. We're really trying to be as healthy as we can be. I'm going to start by seeing how big I need my bags to be, and then I'll pre-cut some bags and seal this one end, make the bag, you know, and then I can move a little faster. I probably will put about 1 pound of meat in each bag, and once I can kind of eyeball it and see what that looks like, I will also move faster.